I want to talk about spiritual dimensions of the occult world and why everything is true and everything is false all at the same time. There's a lot of people in this occult community who, as they start to practice or they start to study, they start to gain this ego about them. And everything they've immersed themselves in, it becomes their entire world. And anything outside of that is less than, and they will oftentimes feel superior to any other tradition or school of thought. And I feel that this is a very limiting way of thinking as a magician, as an occultist, as a witch, or whatever. And the fact of the matter is, all of these different traditions are they're actually different dimensions of reality, and they all exist simultaneously, and they all have functions, and they all are true. I like to think of it as all of these systems, all of these schools of thought, all of these traditions are like different rooms in a mansion, okay? We have a giant mansion, and that is I would call it maybe the source or the universe, right? And each one of these rooms in this mansion represents a different level of reality or a different spiritual dimension. And for example, we can have the Lima representing one room of reality, 21 divisions of voodoo in another, brujeria in one, Wicca in another, ceremonial high magic in one room, Aussitru in another. But these are all different planes of existence, planes of reality. I probably sound crazy, and I'm sorry if I do, but this is just the way my mind is processing things. So whatever it is that you study and believe in, there is a lot of validity to what you are practicing, but there is also a lot of validity to all these other systems and schools of thought. It's almost like my only animosity towards Christianity is they feel their way is the only way. And that is just ridiculous, because there are many, many ways. And I don't have to feel superior because I believe in one thing. I believe in many different things, and I can see the validity in everything that I've studied and practiced. And I've studied a bunch of different traditions and kind of become eclectic in that sense. So there is a lot of people who have very strong feelings about mixing traditions, mixing systems. And the only thing I can say about that is you need to be very careful. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. You should do whatever you feel driven to do, but be very careful and understand what you're mixing, because a lot of these traditions have energies that have pre-existed before any of us had ever even been fathomed. And they have will of their own, and you just can't mix certain things together. You can try, but it might be to your own detriment. So the only thing I can say to you is go ahead and see how it works out, and if it works out for you, then it works out, and keep doing what you're doing and see if it continues. Don't let anybody else kind of hinder you or prohibit you from experimenting. That is one thing about being a witch or a magician, is that it is pretty mandatory to experiment. That's how you learn. So that was my little rant about spiritual dimensions. I just wanted to share that with you.